10 seconds version. Yeah, that's why I'm always looking forward like this. Okay, I'm live with the Matterator. How you doing, Matterator?
Oops, pretty good, pretty good. How the
Just
holidays
doing
treat you?
um pretty good. I just did my regular thing anyway. I just walk sometimes to a ghost town, sometimes to lots of people, maybe even drunk people. But either way, I took my walks. On Christmas Day, I walked with my friend Sarah Faith, and we are just friends, but we are friends. And we walked around, went to the park, and met some fans there. Met one fan named Caesar that had a big dog, a huge dog, but just the dog really liked me. Looked like it could tear somebody's hand off if it wanted to, but it sensed something good in me, so it had its head
Well,
rested against my
if he
leg.
really likes you, he's going to start humping you.
Yeah, well, I didn't ask for that, nor would I enjoy that aspect of the.
Well, I know.
So I haven't been live with you in a long time, but I'll tell you something before we start talking about anything in particular. Um, I don't know. Sometimes online, I don't even know who my friends are. I just think I have some, but then think I have some that don't, and I can't even always tell the difference. Sometimes maybe I'm very bad at telling the difference. But I know that this guy Matterator here he's always my friend. He's always treating me nice. He's always respectful.
Well,
He always says,
you already have Bizarbees in the comment section,
commenting right now.
lamenting your decision.
Well, I didn't make a decision. I just
I
went
know
live with Matt.
he's profusely he's he's
Disappointed,
he's
butthurt.
sweating profusely.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do anything. You're not Matt Rader. You're not in my channel. You're not my
Well, look,
manager in my
hey,
channel.
I know. What I would say is, why don't these guys go live?
Yeah. Go live.
They're
I mean,
quite
I would
welcome
go
to live.
live. Biz, I would go live with you too. Join us. I don't care. Life is an experience, and I'm wild. I'll go live with you, Bizarbies or Pudge or anybody. I did. This guy's my friend and live with me, so I said, sure. What am I supposed to do? Be a dick and go? No, I'm not gonna go live with you. Who are you? Then I'm a dick.
Well, they won't because they'll blow their cover because there's there's actually, you know, well, I know, like, for instance, Pudge has like 6 different accounts that he logs on with.
Uh-huh.
Bizarbees, he probably does too. He probably has like 4 or 5 other accounts. They're all pretending to be different people, you know.
Yeah. So the volume of the haters is markedly deceptive in the direction of making me feel like I've got more haters than I really probably do.
Yeah, and I've never lied to you once about
No,
anything.
no. Yeah, about any friend. And people that don't either understand having a friend or believe in friendship is more about their worldview than whether or not Matt and I really are friends in reality. If someone's worldview is all polluted because of 9/11 and because of COVID, and they got to be scared of everybody, and they don't have friends. First of all, doesn't mean that friendship doesn't exist. It doesn't mean I don't have a friend or can't have a friend. Whatever.
Yeah,
Ha,
and you do your thing. You know, you do your thing as far as like just like any artistic endeavor, you have like differences of opinion and where things can go
yeah.
and all that. I
Well,
respect that totally.
yeah.
You know.
Well. I had. There's a saying. Something is code for something. And my saying with my haters for this morning is, being hated is code for you're doing something. Being hated means you're doing something. If you're not doing anything, nobody hates you. Nobody even cares or knows about you, or you're not doing anything. But if you do something, hey, look out for the haters. They're right around the corner. Anyway, how about the new song? Matt, I have to quote, I have to cite some inspiration to the Matterator for the song he just wrote. I call it I've Got an Asshole Blues. And Matt didn't have anything to do with writing it or the title or the lyrics or anything, the music, but he told me a, a parable about wealth. He said, "How many gold toilets can you shit on?" And what that means is, no matter how rich you are, you still have to put your ass on your golden toilet and take a poop. You don't get out of that deal by being rich, famous, or powerful. so I wrote the song "I've Got an Asshole Blues," and I hope you guys can hear the lyrics. I tried to get down on the ground and put my voice close to the phone so you could hear it. You guys want to hear the lyrics? And what should I say the lyrics, Matt?
Sure.
In case someone didn't hear them or just enjoys them. I wrote the whole thing this morning. I slept on it first. I hadn't even written a chord. Um, but I wrote it all this morning and it's already on my channel. I think the lyric is this: You say you got some money. Well, I'll tell you something funny. No matter what you do, you're an asshole too. You say you've got some power. You live in Trump Tower. But tell you something true. You've got an asshole too. I've got an asshole. I've got an asshole. I've got an asshole blues. Something like that. Two, three, four. You say you are a rock star. You party with Motley Crue. But I'll tell you something, dude. You've got an asshole too. Well, I've got an asshole. I've got an asshole. I've got an asshole. I've got the asshole blues. I goofed a little bit there, but that's the gist of it. And I think it's first of all, I um I think the music fits the lyric. I think the music is good because I do two solos in there, each one separate, and the chords fit the lyrics. I think the chords sound good. And the lyrics could not be more original. I've never heard anybody write a song about pooping, crapping, having a butt. I've never heard that. At least in topic sense, we're original. And the music fits, and the guitar solo is good. And the idea behind it was an idea that Matt had struck in me that we all have to poop. And then the difference in the approach to this and some of my other songs is I kept it simple, stupid. Like I didn't have to write the lyrics on the paper because it wasn't that hard. And I'm beginning to, and Matt's helping me with this too, is don't always make it really complicated, right, Matt?
Yep. Yep.
Don't always make it so hard that you have to write down your own lyrics. That's okay, and that shows you know the English language, but sometimes it's time to write a song you can just sing from your gut, and you know the lyrics because they're simple. And that's really the direction I'm going in, where if I can't remember my
Yeah.
own lyrics, maybe I'm trying too hard. I love that song. I think it sticks. I think it's cool. Not that it's because it's my song. I just really think it's a good. Steve Vai said basically he said all the songs are already in the infinite warehouse in the sky where all the songs reside. No, when you write a song, you're not really writing anything new. You're just borrowing one of the songs that's already in the infinite warehouse of songs in the universe. The song already existed. You're just doing it at the moment. And that's how
Yeah.
I feel when I write. I don't really write anything that I don't think already exists. I think I'm just tapping into the where it exists and pulling it out and going, okay, I'm going to play this song because the lyrics just fit and the lyrics flow and those that was already written. It just wasn't expressed yet by a human.
Yeah. No. Sounds gonna be fun. I still have lots of like I said, lots of guitar scraps, so to speak, to
Yeah,
assemble like a remix.
yeah,
It'd be kind of fun.
yeah,
But
yeah. Well,
looking at and to like Bizarbe's point, he's of course trying to I don't know, be a little stick in the mud, to put it lightly.
yeah, yeah,
He people want to tune in. They want to see Jimmie doing Jimmie things, and I
yeah.
totally get that.
When did I say Jimmy wasn't wild anymore? I
Yeah, yeah.
never said that. And if I'm
But
wild, why not have a mad wild?
you can do all in the above. Like he he's trying to say, oh, well, when I got involved, um, views went
My
down. Well, a lot of views are seasonal. Like if you looked at it, because I looked at the heuristics, a lot of
channel.
it, like East Coast people tune in, and other people, it's like most of the northern part of the world is, well, it's in the north. So when
Yeah,
winter comes along, people start huddling up,
yeah,
and and they don't have a whole lot to do, so they consume a lot more YouTube and all that. So there's
Yeah.
definitely
Okay.
like a seasonal component to the way people watch, you know.
Yeah, and there's
So
also
in
a
the
component
summer,
where
everyone's kind of out doing their thing, they're vacationing, they're out, and so views kind of go down. In the
yeah.
summer, views go up. But
Well, that's
moreover,
ironic.
I still think the number one video is Black Boy Blues.
Yeah, that's the best thing we've did that's on my channel right there. Black Boy Blues.
So
Best thing on
so
my
if we're
channel.
trying to like, it's great you put out a million of these other videos, but they don't they're not like official content where you're actually trying to work on your art per
Right.
se. They're kind of, you know,
Well,
so
that's why this new song I've got an asshole blues is catalyst for me and you to get together this spring or something and do it. I want you to produce it. I love the song, but it's not a produced finished product until you produce it,
yeah.
video
I
out
mean,
of it.
I tried to go a little crazy on all the songs, like doing something different. I hate doing like the same thing like all the time, but
But but but, but let's just
maybe
get
in the
back.
process we found what makes you happy and what makes everyone else happy. So I think the
Yeah,
way to do it is to do kind of just trashy black
yeah,
boy blues type stuff where
yeah.
it includes kind of some of the craziness. The other thing is like what was the other one we did?
Wild.
Well,
Kissing death,
Wild and
kissing death, war.
Kissing Death.
Yeah,
Yeah, War is
that was
kind of
pretty.
an aberration, a little bit of a reach, but I think we did like more videos like Kissing Death where you're running around or getting kicked out of
Yeah,
places, and we
that
got
that was so.
like a lot more raw guitar into it and shredding and like maybe
Yeah, just
layers of shredding, with
yeah,
like
yeah. Let's make the product great, but let's remember what the product is.
I still like the keyboard in it though, where there's like kind of a womp 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 womp
I do
womp,
too. I do too.
you know
I
what I
do too.
mean?
It
Something
can't.
like
It just
weird,
can't be.
yeah, something weird going on, something that you can't, something like it goes, okay, that's kind of like
It just can't become. Yeah, it just can't replace the be like think Gary Newman, not EDM.
yeah.
You know, just a little keyboard there to because I love it too. I love how you add to my songs, whether it's bass or keyboard, and of course the drum machine part. We are a team. You do the videos, you do the drums, you do the keyboard slash bass, and I write and play all the music. The line share the music. So we're like, isn't that what the team is? It's an artist and a producer. Basically, that's what we are. And by the way, as far as this is just my point of view, as far as Matt hurting my channel or not, I think my channel has done equally good or bad with Matt here or not. I'm not saying that means Matt's bad or good. When me and you were hanging out the last time we did, we had about what we have now. Maybe it's even more now, but maybe that's because I'm just growing as an artist. But we're not gonna.
Well,
But
like I said, winter has a lot to do with that. So
yeah,
as it gets colder, people start huddling
yeah,
inside and they start consuming more
yeah.
TV and stuff.
But something tells me, Matt, if we get together this spring or whatever and do this song, we're not. Views aren't just going to suddenly plummet because it's you doing it. That's just not a realistic scenario. We're going to be kicking ass and doing a video to I've got an asshole blues, and let's give Black Boy Blues a run for its money.
Well,
That's
people
not fair.
get it. I've had people go on, people that aren't just trying to troll, right?
Yeah,
People
yeah,
get on, they're like, um, "Oh, I get this now. I get what you guys are trying to do." You know what I mean? Like with
yeah,
Black Boy Blues and this other stuff, it's like
yeah.
it's very different, a little out there. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, but
unique. There's no one like it. There's nothing, no one else like it.
no, I like that. I like that. I like the uniqueness of it. Matt said to me something. I've got a near photographic memory, so most of what I goes in my brain I can extract. But sometimes it just takes a little bit of thought and work. But Matt said to me about a year ago or something, he said, Jimmie, people can hate you, people can love you, but people can't take away your uniqueness. My haters are my lovers, can't take away my uniqueness. And I remembered you saying that to me like a year ago. That's very deep, and that shows a lot of understanding and respect for me, and I appreciate that. And it's good for me to remember that. The haters or the lover, let's focus for them for a minute. Let's talk about the haters. The haters aren't stopping me from playing guitar. Obviously, I'm still doing that. They're not stopping me from posting on my channel, obviously, because I'm posting right this red hot second. They're not stopping me from walking around town and doing my thing because there's literally am I not only am I literally doing that every day and gonna do it today, but there's already a video spoofing that on making fun of business. It's called something about uh, it talks about me walking around town. I texted it to you, Matt.
Yeah.
And I even watched that video and liked it because I thought it was well done, Pudge. I mean, I may have been the brunt of the so-called joke, but you did a good job. It's well produced. It's well said. The video's good. It's funny. Be funny, dude. Be funny. I think it's hilarious. I'm not the most comedic person, so laughing isn't my first gut reaction to anything. But I think it's funny, and I like it. So I actually put it on I put it on my watch later list. I like
Yeah,
the
well,
video.
he just usually goes outside. The camera's pointing to the sky. And he goes, "Hey, I ain't killing this guy."
Yeah, yeah. Well, he upped his game this time because he actually made a video for it that's not just him
Yeah,
belching or whatever. And he made a script that sounds good. It's funny. It's entertaining, and don't forget, there's truth in all humor. There's truth in some of that, but that doesn't make it all the truth. It doesn't make it the way. It doesn't make it the full picture. It's just a piece of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be funny. Yeah, I walk around and it's funny. I mean, they exaggerate my physical features in the video. There's one where the guy has a gut that comes out to here. Well, obviously that's humor. It's obviously, but you know, obviously I do have my gut is showing. I, it just isn't that big like but it's funny. I think it's funny. So and there's what's that, Matt?
it's a dog.
Oh, it's a doggy. And then
Pete Lacey.
you
Patch just got
that's,
hit
you know what's funny about
hit
that?
by a car.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We know what's funny. Paul Gilbert said that picking a guitar is like scratching a dog, and you were scratching your dog, and I literally thought you might have been picking an
cat
imaginary guitar.
dogs like this. Do this to their ears. Do like a
Huh? Here's this.
yeah.
What's the new dog's
You
name
go in
again?
their ears. You fluff them around. They like
Yeah,
that.
what's the new dog's name again?
Give them an Indian head massage.
Yeah, cool. And what's the dog's name again?
Um, Lacey.
Okay, Laci.
Lacey. Yeah, it's a female.
Laci or Y?
Why?
Oh,
Yeah.
Lac. Very good. Cool. Rhymes with Stacy and Macy, and Spacey and Tracy. All
Well, here's my latest circuit design here.
right.
See that? And
Cool.
it's real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I
I can.
miniaturized it. It was originally this, and then I took it
Oh
down to
yeah.
that.
You
Then I got some
downsized it.
pots. These are
Cool.
little 4-gang pots. This is for the high pass filter.
What
Yeah, and
pots?
the pedal is still kind of. You can see that, right? Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's cool.
There's still quite a few knobs on it. It's a little out of control, but I figure you're out of control, so the pedal
Yeah,
should be.
really. Might as well fit the character of the one promoting it in its
Yeah,
base and
and you have the
design.
compressor on back, so you have a compressor that sets it. I'm going to factory set it before I send it
Uh-huh.
out. It has a pre-emphasis switch.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so it has there's the guts
Oh, let me
and the
look.
high
Oh,
pass. The
here we
high
go.
pass filter is going to go in here with the
Uh-huh.
notch filter,
Uh-huh.
compressor, delay.
Uh-huh.
So, anyways, sounded good. I just got to get the filter and the holidays have gotten away. I literally haven't been able to sit down to do anything. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be getting back into it, and then
Thank you.
hopefully pumping those out. You're going to get obviously the first one to
Yeah.
do it, and
Yeah. And
I've already pretty much. I probably only have. I'm guessing right now about 2 out of 10. There's only 2 left that we could sell. And what I'm going to
Yeah.
do is I'll probably just give those two to you, and then you would either uh, get the rest of those two sold on
Yeah.
your end, you know. But then
Yeah.
again, we got to figure out a way for people to get money to you.
Yeah. Thanks. As long as I get some money out of the deal, I'm a happy boy.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I did something, you know. Yeah, whatever works, you know. Help me get them on my channel being sold, or just give me a cut. I don't know. You'll do something fair, Matt. I know you will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. This isn't a money. Like I said, I told you
No,
before. If I
you're not
really
asking.
put,
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna really.
if
I'm
I
gonna be.
sold these as far as the time I put into it,
Oh, it's
it's
ridiculous.
mainly just me wanting to get in and understand sound at like a more in-depth
Yeah.
level,
And then,
the electronic level.
what just came to my mind when you said that was, and then toward being one of the best producers in the world, because you'll have an advantage of sound that not every producer has. It'll help you produce music too. Everything helps everything else, I've found.
Yeah,
Even my
there's a whole tie-in to there's a
yeah,
whole tie-in to it. There, and analog has a certain warmth that it's kind of like when you go into these different little mediums of music, everything
uh-huh,
kind of adds its own little color and flavor. Like there's people that love to listen to vinyls, like
yeah,
vinyl records, because
right,
they just give a certain feel or certain color to the music.
yeah, and
And then
everything,
there's yeah,
yeah,
it's basically they have separate studios that do what's called mastering, and
uh-huh,
so mastering is a totally different discipline than normal production or engineering, where you take a song and then it's produced to play on a certain. It's either produced to go up to, like, they'll produce it differently to go to Apple iTunes. They'll produce it differently if it goes to YouTube. They'll
TikTok.
master it differently because it sounds different under different formats.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I want this. I want our new. I'm giving it energy that we do this new song I just wrote, and that we do it with relatively soon. No pressure, but that we do it sometime. And I want it to rock. I want to think Black Boy Blues. I want to think. Let's just make it raw, in your face. Even think punk rock. You know, because you mentioned to me, Matt. I hate to say it this simply and hate to say it this way, but I'm basically a punk rocker that knows how to shred. That's all I really am on guitar. I'm a punker at heart, but I know how to play. And every and and why not just own that and just make a dirty punk song, you know?
Oh yeah,
And
great.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I have some rap in me too. I have some rapper in me. I'm not just straight technically 80s rocker per se. In fact, I think I like when I rap without an instrument. I think that that's another skill that enjoy doing. And you have to write the words, make them rhyme, put a beat to it. I like that. In fact, that's what Black White Blues. There's a version of Black White Blues on I think it's on this channel, where I do an acapella rap version right in front of Bobalov here in town, and somebody filmed it. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even thinking about that, like I'm thinking about different recording techniques to get the guitar as like rich as I can, like get a real rich sound out of it. And that's what I
Yeah,
like about making the pedal too, is
I like it.
I can
Yeah, you're
control the distortion down to the component level. Think about that, right?
yeah. It's on a level that
You have
most
a
people.
producer, that's going in there and took your favorite pedal, which is a Rat, and said, okay, let me research this. Went in, and I know the Rat circuit like the back of my hand, you
Yeah,
know,
and it
and
not
then
only
redo it. And what I'm doing is there's two RC high pass filters that are built into the Rat,
uh-huh.
and there's also the Rat, because the chip that's in there is so lazy, it only sounds like pretty good in a certain range.
Yeah,
But that's not like, why why does Jimmie have to be limited to that range in the Rat pedal? Why not
right.
give him a few knobs that help him color
Spinning.
that bottom end of the distortion? And
Right.
like
I
I
like.
told you before, half the distortion. So the guitar usually exists around, anywhere from like 1,000, the main meat of the guitar, to like 2,000 hertz, right?
Right.
3,000 hertz, in that range. If you want it to sound brighter, but
Right.
there's all these undertones of bass notes that bleed into the mid range.
Yeah.
If you think about it, mid range, the middle frequency that we can hear is 680 hertz. There's
Right.
5 octaves below that. There's 5 octaves above. So why
Yeah.
not take the bottom 5 octaves
Yeah.
and shape those with some filtering, some EQing, to make
Yeah.
a unique distortion? That EQing it into a distortion pedal. That's why you
Yeah.
always have EQ pedals going into distortion,
Not
because they
vice versa.
affect the way the clipping occurs and how the distortion sounds.
Wow. Cool.
So if you can have some knobs that you can adjust those settings, all of a sudden you're getting like a different type of distortion that like you like. Other than, you're still going to have the same 3 knobs. You're still going to have like a distortion knob, which is
Right.
really it's adjusting gain. It's a gain adjustment before it gets clipped. So you're still going to have that distortion knob to raise the volume of it, but that's
Yeah.
not going to raise kind of like the shape of it as it goes through. And
Right.
then you're going
That.
to have a tone knob, right?
Right.
And that's going to either brighten it up a little bit, or it's going to make it more mid.
And then the volume knob.
And then you just have a volume knob, which really is just a little FET amplifier
Uh-huh.
downstream of the circuit that
FET.
increases the volume. That's it.
That's FET, not FAT. Fat. It's
Yeah,
FET.
yeah, it's FET.
Yeah.
Field
FET.
effect transformer is what they called it.
What MOSFET stand for? MOSFET.
MOSFET is
M.
it's a form of field effect transformer that it's a solid state. From what I know, it's a solid state transformer that they include, that's more like high current for amplifiers and stuff.
Could it be manual operating uh, specification? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I'd have to look it up. I forget. It's
Yeah.
I forget,
Yeah.
but I know I've worked in amplifiers, and they have basically you'll have a MOSFET in there, and
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the pedal. I think it's gonna. I think I like a challenge, and something tells me that it's gonna.
Someone
That tells.
says Google it, stupid. Well, hey, dumbass, we're on a live. We can't do that without quitting on a live. So yeah, you're kind of a dumbass.
Yeah.
Um.
Really.
Anyways, people like it when we interact with them. Since there's a lot of trolls, you may not get that they're trolling, but they can't run that past me. That's what they don't like about me.
Yeah. You.
They can say things to you. You don't know whether they're trolling or not.
Yeah.
And then,
And I don't
especially
even know.
this person's probably new, doesn't know who I am or what have you. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
they get kind of smacked down a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, I hate that Matterator guy. That
People
Matterator guy
underestimate.
really sucks because I can't run him over."
Yeah. Really.
Um,
Yeah, we're a cool team, Matt. People are either get that, or they're starting to, because
well, someone come in, oh, there's two of you, so they assuming that like we both have Asperger's or something. It's like,
yeah, they're assuming that we're two identical entities.
he's assuming because I'm on here with you that somehow I'm stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
these
you tell them that
people,
you don't have any rhythm. Walk around town with your.
and what, like Bizarre Bees and these other bees, when they're upset and they get upset at you, it just, I can't tell you. I've told you this before. I get so happy, man. They just make me so happy.
Yeah.
The more bothered they get, the happier I get.
Yeah.
It's almost like,
They're sucker punching themselves in a way, because they want to make me feel miserable, but even if they do that or don't, they're
oh,
making you feel
yeah,
happy.
oh, oh, oh. But none of them have the balls to go live.
Yeah, they don't have
Like,
the balls
like,
to join you.
like zero.
Yeah, zero balls.
Oh, let's go live. Oh,
Balls factor. BF 0, balls factor nada.
No, they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, um, I probably got to start my day. I do chores I do in the morning, and then I go on my long walk. Um,
let me
but
grab a set of glasses that I got down in Hillcrest yesterday. Hold on.
I'll go ahead and put them on. Let's see. I have my black ones here. You want to put glasses on at the same time? Let's give him the sunglass shot.
Well, I was thinking about bringing these up to you at some point because I
Oh, I
think
would
these
love
would
it.
look
I
good
would
on you.
love it. I'll put mine on too.
Check these out. I'm just
Oh,
showing
dude.
you.
Those are cool. Oh, I
They're
love
kind
them.
of they're kind of
Oh, I love them.
see that?
I
Oh yeah,
love
buddy.
that. That is cool. I
See
love
that?
it. Yeah, I want that pair.
They're kind of spacey, you know.
Don't show me any more because once I see one, I'm going to need it. So don't give it to me. But that one I already need. Don't show me too many more, but I know they're awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you ever go down to Hillcrest, they have like it's we should go down
I've
to
been
Hillcrest
here.
sometime, and you should.
I've been to Hillcrest one time. I was there to try to see a gig or something, and somebody played. It was great. I forget. I've been there once. But you know what?
Yeah, they have lots of little eclectic like little stores there, and obviously it's kind of the other side of town, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Different thinking folks,
Yeah,
lots of the rainbow flags and stuff, but they have
yeah.
they're a big art community, so
Right, right,
there's a lot of you know dancing and raves, and everyone's always trying to dress up in like wild costumes. So they
right.
have a ton of
Could,
stuff there
cool.
in
Could pick
regards
up some
to
stuff from when I get
clothing and
some money together. When I actually get somebody, I want to go take me there, and this is let me spend some money on
oh,
some cool stuff.
we do a film episode. We'd have to film you going into
Yeah,
shops
film the
and
thing.
stuff.
You know, one last point about we've talked about the songwriting process as being like a gremlin and not chasing the gremlin. I really didn't chase the gremlin while you were doing the pedal mat for several months.
Yeah.
I wasn't writing any new songs, and I was okay with that. But just something told me yesterday, get back on the saddle, Jimmie. Start writing again. I've written one already since then, and rather than chasing the gremlin, I waited for it to come back to me.
Well, I noticed that your playing has changed too, which I kind of like. Is you're getting into kind of the tone, the tonality, the
Yeah,
stretching the notes, letting things kind of like rest and waver, and then going back into the shredding.
yeah. I don't. I want to. I want the
Because
solo to
you can
sound.
play a note, like you can play a chord, but don't forget with that chord you can use different techniques. So you can play the
Yeah,
chord,
yeah.
like you can strum it,
Oh,
different
you like
strumming
it.
patterns.
Yeah,
You
you
can
like
you
that.
can you can pick individual notes out, like in a scale. You can run a
Yeah,
scale down that chord, right,
right,
or the shape of the
right.
chord.
Yeah.
You can arpeggiate it. You can power chord it. You can just play two notes of it.
There's so much you can get out of a
Yeah,
single chord.
you can play it harder, you can play it softer, you can play it lighter,
Right,
you
right.
can slur
Fast,
it, you
right,
can slur,
right.
you
And
can
you
you
can
can
tell that I'm
bend
being,
it. So
yeah,
my whole point is that when you play and that's what you've been doing, it's not just about one technique, but
yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm playing this now. If I've done this for
A
you know
second, 30
20
seconds.
seconds or so, don't loiter over it. Now
Yeah,
you can do a similar thing, just go more into a strumming pattern, get that pattern established, and then go into it. And establishing
very,
timing too, like establishing every once in a while, taking a break and reestablishing that timing helps
yeah,
that push and pull. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And when I
And
did the
you've
new
been doing
song,
that. You've been doing that. So,
thank you.
yeah.
Well, I did the new song, and nothing took a back seat to keeping the beat of that song going as I'm playing. I didn't get so involved in the shred that I lost the beat. I didn't get so involved singing that I lost the beat. And what the basic kind of chord structure changed a little at the end when it was time for more of a full chord, but it was still the same chord. But instead of dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun, dun it was dun, the whole chord. You
Yeah.
know, it's still the same thing. And I see where I'm doing that. I don't just do it
Yeah.
one way eternally.
Well, yeah. One thing, when you start bending the notes, you start delaying things a little bit. Uh,
Yeah.
it naturally, as humans, we go, okay, where is he going with this?
It makes
And
it
so,
suspense.
yeah, it's suspense, and then if you delay a note, there's a little bit of tension. That's why when you start, that's why you need a resolution note. You need resolution notes because let's say you start on a G, it's expected that you end on a G.
Right.
If you resolve it on an open note, it people are going to be waiting for that note. And
Yeah, yeah.
there's certain songs that can do that, but for the most part, the general thing is you want things to resolve.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same with shredding. You shred, that's great,
Yeah.
but there has to be some sort of resolution to the shred.
Context. There has to be context. There has to be a when you go high, you have to come down to something.
Yeah, and I think you've gotten a lot better at that. I think you've kind of thought about that in
Yeah.
the Aspie brain. You've kind of gone, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I get what he means, and then there's like this delayed effect with you. I talk to you about it, and then
6 months
you
later,
really
suddenly, oh, you got it.
you take a while to digest it in your own way of doing things. It's almost like you interpret things kind of in your own way,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't come out exactly, but it comes out in your own way, your own
And it
flavor.
doesn't come out right away, but eventually comes out, you know?
Yeah. So it's
I
really
believe
good. I mean, you
I,
compare what you
I,
were doing 2 years ago compared to what you're doing now. It's
I can't
like,
even listen to that. 2 years ago, I can't even hear it. I don't even listen
yeah,
to
it's
it.
like it's like
I
night and day. I'm talking about your original stuff. So
yeah.
you're not as rushed. I noticed you kind of delve into those sonic areas, and that's what I liked about Utuku. In fact, someone just wrote on my channel. They wrote onto Utuku. They go inspiring, you know, and I don't get a whole lot of trolls on my channel. So
Right. I don't
on
get a
my
whole lot of
channel, there was someone that
non-trolls.
honestly went in and say, "Hey, this is inspiring." They like it because there's so many different guitar pieces in there.
Uh-huh.
You have kind of a tremolo piece in there, if you remember it, right in the middle. There's like
Yeah.
a tremolo,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so there's these different techniques that you drift into that really keep interest in the song. So all I'm saying is, as through your travels, your sonic travels, make sure always kind of keep that in mind for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't forget, what you know, even last time we recorded, which I've made progress since then, but you could always get me to do something different by asking me to or changing my sound. You always could get a result similar to what you want because I'm very moldable. I'm very like a piece of clay. I'm very like I can just become that thing you're asking me to do.
Oh yeah,
And
that's why we should eventually get some money there for you. We'll get you a proper pedal board, and then what I can do is I'll train you on it. Like,
train
and
me
then
on
you
it.
can
So
you can
you do it.
have you know you could go into different modes all on your own, and then you respond to the modes.
You
Type
know what?
thing.
I think a way to sum up what you're saying I'm doing differently and good with what you were just talking about is I'm beginning to feel the music. If music
Yeah.
is felt, music that is felt is going to sound different or be different than music that is only thought of. If you only think, it's only going to get so far. But if you start feeling the music, you start wanting to do the same thing the listener wants you to do because you're feeling it too. And that's where it's not just a musical even journey or a journey with technique on the guitar. It's a journey in my heart. It's a journey in my emotions, my mind. I'm connecting to music better than I did 2 years ago. I was very detached. Was very intellectual and very technical, but I'm beginning to realize that music is not less than that, it's more than that. It's also emotional. And when you get to the emotional part, you actually start slowing down and you start wanting to hear what you're playing and you want it to sound good. Well, that's what making music should be. I'm just beginning to connect on an emotional level to music and not just my own, but to whatever I listen to. You, you,
Yeah.
I would be fun. I almost should do a video just of me listening to my music and not even have me say anything. Just see what I go through when I listen to Queen or Van Halen or Led Zeppelin or Dawkins. I mean, it's almost like a ritual. It's almost like a meditation seminar, and those are my heroes that inspire me. And then when I do my music, I want that to sound like them in a good way, but yet still be me and unique and original. And when I think I can do that, and the gremlin comes to me, then I start writing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, what
I love.
I'd like go into explore with you. Um, so when you add, like when you're playing so fast, right?
Yeah,
The problem with playing fast, if you add too much, let's say delay, it starts it starts appearing muddy because delays add a phase shift.
I'll be right in. Yeah, yeah. They make
They
too
add a
much
phase
clutter.
shift into the waveform, and they can cancel, like different things can happen, but there can be this harmony above it, almost like a tremolo. When you play a tremolo, like in Utuku,
Yeah, which
there's
I'm beginning to
it's
like.
weird. There's the striking of the chord, but there's this beautiful kind of melody that echoes above it
Huh,
that's delayed,
yeah,
and it adds this texture to the music, which I think is kind of cool. Where you build layers, like we could do, like you could do another real quick, like delayed tremolo layer that kind of drifts through the back of the piece, and then you would do more, maybe single notes, maybe the main tremolos at 120, and then you do single notes at
or-
60,
yeah,
and it'll all sound good because it's just divisions of the same timing. You know, that's
yeah.
what I've been messing with the
60's
keyboard a
half of
lot.
100. 60's half of 120, so it's an octave under.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's
you can
another thing. That's another thing about school, guys. Don't dismiss school because I think that even though I didn't finish Harveywood College, it's like my Harveywood College was like you doing your rap pedal. I wouldn't be the full musician I am today if I hadn't learned some math that I can apply to music on some levels. I think helps everything else. Math,
Yeah,
even math
yeah.
helps
That's
me.
the other thing I was thinking about learning. Learning is so much better in when you have a project and an end goal. Let's
Yeah,
whether it's a song.
yeah,
So if you just noodle all the time, then you just get good at noodling. But
yeah, yeah.
going through our
And
whole
and we
song
said
press,
you.
you know,
In fact, you even said, Matt,
yeah,
you even said to me yesterday that my new song is a good reason for me and you to go live. It inspired us going live. If I just were noodling in my spare time and we were going live, I'd just be like, well, I can noodle. Oh, can you? Well, yeah, I still can. I still did. Well, you want to do something now? No, I'll do it later, but I still can. But we made a product out of it first. And I want to thank the universe for letting me tap into that infinite warehouse and get that song out of there because that's what the fun is, creating something
yeah,
original and then doing something with it and making a great product out of it. And see, I'm coming around to what you've been saying is the
yeah,
thing I'm trying to say. You've always said that our official material is on a different level, and I always looked at it and thought, well, maybe it is. I took it in, but I didn't really register it yet. And I thought, well, it doesn't get, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And I looked at the views, and maybe I will see. But then
yeah.
over time, it thinks,
We have a lowbrow commenter in here, of course, which is very typical. He's probably new, has been around a while, but it's like, dude, you can't play. Well,
yeah.
you
Well,
know,
let me address that. Let me address
yeah,
that in my shirtless guy Aspie's stupid way, and I
yeah,
mean this to be ridiculous. I've had people say, let me get the thought back in my head here. Um, let me just think here. Um, they say I can't play, but then they say I, I, I have no tone. Wait, what do they say? They say something like this. They say that. Oh, here's what they say. They say I can't play, and then someone else or themselves later says you played like you you sound like nails on a chalkboard when you play. Well, I don't know if that's an example of it though. If I couldn't play, I couldn't sound like nails on a chalkboard because I wouldn't be playing because I can't
well,
play.
here's the thing: is that
Yeah,
we've actually put out music, so this is where the product comes in, because you can actually
yeah,
point to "Kissing Death" and you actually do a song.
We could
So
just
now
talk.
you may not like the song,
Yeah,
and
but
like
this.
I challenge them. Like I said, go to Austin, Texas, and go down to Daniel Johnston Street. They named after him,
Yeah,
and tell someone down there that Daniel Johnston did not know how to play.
and I'll smack you.
Did he know how to play like classic? Did he know how to play classically like other people? No, but he put out damn good art. Let's look
Yeah,
at BB King. BB King said he was interviewed. He's like, do you know how to shred basically, or He goes, I don't know how to do any of that. But all he knew was the BB King box. He literally just worked in one part of the guitar. So
yeah,
some nerf from the internet, if he wasn't like well known, would just go, oh well, BB King, he doesn't know how to play. He doesn't know how to play. Look,
right.
he just fucking did his thing, and he did it for like 50 fucking years. And we're pattern recognition machines. Everyone ended up liking his patterns, and his patterns became a thing.
Yeah,
So moving on in the future, you already have Black Boy Blues. You've got Kissing Death. You've got this stuff you came out with.
right.
Okay, is it? You can
Is it?
argue against it all you want, but it's still a product, and there's people that still listen to it, and you got paid for it, which means you're a professional.
Oh
You
God.
actually got paid for it, and that's the definition of professional.
Yeah,
But these people, if they have a big mouth, they should go live, like this guy, right?
yeah, really.
A garbage entrepreneur. Oh, shut up, dude. Well, listen, dude. You're such a big man on the internet. Why don't you come up and go live? Yeah, you're such a big
Right,
man.
really.
Yeah, big tough
And let
guy.
me just remind people. Let me
He's
remind
a big
people.
tough guy typing. He's like,
I want to.
oh
I
yeah,
want to
take
remind
this.
Matt. We need to
Yeah.
co-remind people of something. In our day, Matt, when we grew up in the fucking, excuse my language. We grew up in the '80s, and if you wanted to make trouble, you smashed somebody in the face. That was bullying in our day.
Oh yeah, yeah. It
And now
is
it's
nothing.
just, I'm a cool guy behind the keyboard. Well, in
Yeah,
our day,
they don't fuck with Gen X. They obviously don't. They're not experienced with Gen X.
you want to mess with somebody, you're face to face before it even gets anywhere. And now it's all hiding behind a keyboard.
Keyboard
That's not
warriors.
where we came from, Matt. We came from the '80s.
Brave and powerful keyboard warrior.
And yes,
Okay.
there's people that are tough in real life, but that's the standard. That's the bar. I don't care if some dude can be on the keyboard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go on about it, Matt. But when our day, don't you agree? When my dad beat me up, he didn't troll me on the internet. He smacked me. He did. He
Uh,
beat me up.
yeah. Look, I play. I play, as you know, I play softball all the time. So if guys want to say shit on the field, they can, but they got to say it to your face.
Yeah.
I off-road motorcycle. I went for 30 days on an adventure trip. I used to surf waves all up and down the California coast.
Gigi Allen. You saw Gigi
It's
Allen.
three, yeah,
Clouds were
three,
flying
three
galore.
times, yeah, waves 3 times over my head. Who is anyone compared to that? Who is anyone compared to Mother Nature, right?
Yeah,
Saw
Mother
Gigi
Nature.
Allen live down at the Spirit Club.
Yep.
So if they want to compare concerts, like what's the most badass person you ever seen? Well, no one's even compares to a live Gigi Allen concert. He
Yeah.
literally closed the club down. The club closed and had to reopen. They went bankrupt because he broke all the plumbing in the ceiling. All the
Yeah.
water went everywhere. There wasn't a single piece of glass left unbroken in the whole
And
place.
you guys, on my end, Matt, on my end, we all have our different experiences, but on my end, I have talked 20 minutes face to face, one on one with Alan Holdsworth, who was Eddie Van Halen's idol. And Alan was not a hater of me. Greatest guitarist that ever walked the earth, and he gave me his time for 20 minutes. I had an autograph with Paul Gilbert standing right in front of me, signing an autograph picture, while the guy that owns the music store said, "Watch out, Paul, this kid's gonna catch you someday."
Yeah,
We've done rock and roll. We come
yeah,
from rock and roll.
yeah.
I
This
just wish
guy, he's great. He's just great. He's full of Uh, so you have 3 people looking at this. with like well, yeah, but he's one of them. So what does that mean?
Yeah, yeah, you're one of.
You know what they
Yeah.
say about arguing on the internet,
What?
right?
What?
You know, where when you're arguing on the internet, you know, you're just retarded like everyone else. You know,
Yeah.
like he's trying to say, "Oh, look how," and then he's watching you, like he's sitting here, like
Yeah, he's
literally,
not
he's been here
watching.
the whole time,
He's
and
still.
he's
He's
like
still.
he's complaining about
It's like
things.
he's enjoying our product, but then hating us for it. Right, Matt?
Yeah, he said, "Oh, go FaceTime live." No, just make a burner YouTube account, kind of like you're on right now, the one you
Yeah.
just made,
Right.
you know, and you probably have no content on it,
Right. You know, I'll say
and then
something about that.
join Jimmie live, you know.
I'm gonna toot my
Have
horn in
the
a way.
have the
You
balls
know,
to the wall, balls
don't tell
to
me
the
that's
wall.
um don't tell me, because don't tell me I can get this. Except they're a very rare heavy metal band. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
at
he
least we're
says, I
making them.
feel like I'm at the zoo. Well, we're the monkeys flinging poo while
Yeah,
you're at the zoo.
yeah. No, the monkeys are the ones that are the stars of the zoo. Also, you know, if we're animals at the zoo, well, we're at least we have a purpose. We are the event, because the you don't come to the zoo to see other people at the zoo. You come to the zoo to see the monkeys
Oh,
from poop or
look,
two.
I feed off of trolling. It's just wonderful. But it's got to be good. It's got to be good trolling. He's kind
Yeah,
of lagging. He's kind of
yeah,
serious, you know? And, you know,
yeah.
have a little
You have
humor
to,
with it, man. Have
yeah,
like, don't be
be
like,
tongue in
"Oh,
cheek.
you can't play. You can't, you know, say something like, I like it when it's clever, like people say something, it's kind of
Yeah,
cool. Come back with a cool
yeah. People,
comeback, you know?
it's like this. Like, I respect people for being good at what they do, but it may not be what I do. But I respect if they're good at it.
Yeah.
So just be good at what you're doing. Right.
Yeah, he says, "You can't play. You can't play." So he's right away from my temperature, and in your Aspie brain, you can't get this, but right
Yeah.
away when I start listing kind of how he's replying, he's definitely of a lower age group.
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know. My SP brain
yeah,
wouldn't pick
yeah.
that up for another
I
100
can
years.
sense. I can sense. The IQ starts coming in, right,
Yeah.
and they start going down in that 20-year-old kind of, maybe even
Mentality.
younger age group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go, you guys. Matt,
All
it
right,
was
dude.
so great talking to you. Love you guys. Peace, love, rock and roll. Have
All
a great
right.
rest of your
Have
day.
a good
Talk to you
walk.
soon.
See ya.
Thank you. See you, Matt. Love you.